Ready? Yo, what it do? You're now rocking with the SimpFree Podcast Live, episode 2. I'm that boy B Mason. I'm with my boy.
It's that boy Wizz in the building, you feel me?
Yeah. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest. We have a local pillar of the community, a philanthropist. No, I'm just bullshitting. We got Greg Morris. He's a friend of ours. And today we're talking about some things that in some sectors that he's very opinionated in. So we're here to do this thing. We're going to get right into it. G, you ready for me?
Hey, man. First off, man, we just got to thank y'all for rocking with us, man. We had a ball our first episode, man. This is our first time doing it. We get it out the mud, man. We appreciate y'all coming with us, man. It feel great, man. And so what we doing, man, this show today, man, is really about being on code, man. And self-hate, I believe, is deep in there a little bit, so we're gonna talk about it, man. But first we're gonna do our thing, man. Like we said, we got G-Mo in the building, man. Yeah. And this is what we call networking, man, because this man, he has a business, you feel me? Business owner. Greg, go ahead and tell the people about yourself, man, and your business and how it's going, man, how they can get down.
Well, I import, export fantasies, you know what I'm saying? You need a nice little lady, you need to holler at, I got you. You know, if you need another man, you need to holler at, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, my business shot up 10% last week because it's Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying?
Greg, you in the human trafficking?
No. Everybody is 18 or older. Yeah.
That's don't matter. You can still.
They sign waivers and stuff. Man, you in my business too much.
All right, man.
Kick it though. But no, you know, Polished Nail Bar and Spa. You know, we own a nail salon.
Where you at?
44th Kalamazoo, 4301 Kalamazoo. You know what I'm saying? I run that business with my wife in training. You know what I mean? So
that's what's up, bro. Yeah. How's it been going?
We have a question. We have a question from the audience.
You got a question already?
What's a wife in training? Could you tell us what a wife in training is?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you asked me that question, young man, because you look quite lonely, and I know you're gonna want to get wife in training one day in your life. So it's when, you know what I'm saying, you're always in the learning situation to the next stage. You know, when you start talking to somebody, then you give yourself the title, then you go together, and then the next level is, of course, to, you know, be married and, you know, build a family and whatnot. But me personally, I feel like them all learning experiences. You know what I'm saying? So she was I was going with her. She my girlfriend in training. You know what I'm saying? We finna be celebrating on the 4th. Shout out to Candy. We finna yeah, I did that.
Shout out.
I did that. We finna be celebrating our 3rd year together. You know what I mean? And we done so many things together as far as build a business, build our credit, passports, left the country a couple times already, and of course we looking into home ownership now. So, you know, she my wife in training, and I'm her husband in training. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna do that for sure.
Congratulations.
I'm just learning how to be a better man so that I can be the right husband for her. You know?
Great question, Mondo. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Greg, in this wife and training deal, who trains who?
Well, you know, let's be 100. Can we be 100?
Please
be 100. You know what I'm saying? Men, we have more to learn than the women do. Women are nurturers. They are.
So women train us.
Yeah, they train us hard.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Man, what are you doing?
No, I didn't say. No, I want you to understand. I want you to understand what I'm saying.
Our staple is SimpFree.
Are you serious right now, fam?
Let me let you understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we're not training ourselves. We're not training them.
Damn, nigga,
I'm just saying that
here.
we do less training than they do. That's all I'm saying.
Interesting.
Ladies, you agree? Ladies agree. Ain't know what it is.
Ain't nobody.
I ain't hear nothing.
They
ain't want to yell it out loud because I guess y'all in control right now.
How the ladies in SimpFree and you not?
I'm in SimpFree, baby.
All right, man. I don't know.
I'm just being 100.
Back to our host. Go ahead, G.
Yeah, man. So
just hating already.
Man,
that's crazy.
But it's great to have somebody, a business owner, man. Go to his shop, polish, man. Book him up. If you know what I'm saying. If y'all don't
book me, book them.
Book them up.
I ain't doing no nails.
My bad.
You have polishing your knuckles.
He's not a technician. Book his lady up, man, and there's people in there, man. Absolutely. Go flood them. That's what we do, man. We big up people. We support people, businesses.
Yeah.
And as always, TonyRain.com. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Tony.
Slight little vested interest in that. TonyRain.com always. Best body cream on earth. We can vouch for it. It lasts all day. If you got lotion, like I said, just throw it in the garbage. You don't need it. PonyRain.com, man. Best body cream on earth. Hair
That's some
and
good
body,
cream,
bro.
man. And the cream is good.
I vouch for that.
We didn't pay him. We didn't pay him to say this either.
I vouch for that.
I'm gonna have to try this.
Tonight.
You feel me?
Good.
It lasted all day, didn't it?
All day long.
Well, we appreciate it, man. B, what's going on, man? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I'm glad to be here. It's a privilege to be here with all these beautiful people. Thank y'all for coming out. To everyone that's watching, welcome. We appreciate you as well. And man, I'm ready to get to the shit, man. You know how I do. So today's topic, it's a lot going on, man. So are black people brand loyal to a fault? Yeah. G, what do you explain that, man? What you mean by that?
And this came about, man, because all the controversy going on. Well, it's controversy because all these designers, man, they so-called making mistakes coming out with blackface stuff.
That shit ain't no mistake.
You know what I mean? Knowing that we are the culture. Like, we are the river through which this flows.
Definitive.
And this just happens to be February. So, do you really think that this is a mistake? Because I don't.
No.
Because I think this is on purpose, man. And we really need to use this as an example to stay on code. Because I really think that's the only thing we're missing, bro.
Yeah.
Let's be on code with this because they are showing us that they don't care about us, for real.
Mm-hmm.
They just happy you buying their clothes, but really, they don't give a damn. And then you really can't even pinpoint one place. Like, you can't just say it's Gucci. Because who just came out, yesterday, day before?
Burberry. Yeah,
don't nobody rock that. That's trash anyway. And another thing is, my pockets are making me boycott it anyway. Like, I ain't buying it no way. So a boycott don't affect me because that ain't been in my closet.
Right, I feel
you know what I'm saying? So I think it's just I don't think it's ironic, man. I think it's just a purpose, man, to put these clothes out here and say we happy that y'all buying it. Thanks for the free pub, but we really don't care about y'all really rocking our clothes. We wish y'all didn't. That's my point. What you think about that?
So you think it was a sign? You was thinking it was like, yo, we had enough. Y'all done with the buffoonery. Get out of our gear.
But they need us though.
We
make it hot.
In my opinion, bro,
honest, bro. Make it hot.
It definitely wasn't no mistake because 4 or 5 large brands doing something like that, it would have became trending if people would have bit the shit. It would have became, and more people would have done it if we would have, if it would have became acceptable and motherfuckers like, oh yeah, that's hot, and some ignorant niggas started wearing it. It definitely would have became a trend and people would have watched it over.
Right.
But since you got some who have some sense and want to stand up against it, because I think it was intentional, definitely. And it's blatantly offensive. And for them, if they think that that's a trend or if they think that it's cool to do something like that, then it's a big statement in regards to the industry.
I think they find it funny.
I think
it's a joke. It's like an inside joke to them. Mm-hmm. It's like, let's put this out because guess what? They're gonna just have an uproar, and in a few months they're gonna rock it anyway. Yeah, that's how little they think of us.
So you think the brands are such powerhouses that it don't matter what they put out, people gonna wear the shit.
Think about
regardless of how offensive it may be.
Think about this. Have they ever done anything that with Jewish people, Asian people, Mexican?
No, they ain't putting no Holocaust T-shirt.
You know why? Because they on code. They would never get a drop. They wouldn't spend a penny with them for real. And I think that's the missing link with us, man. We all just need to be on code now and know which way, shape, or form. I'm not telling you what to rock.
To each his own.
If you got the bag, man, get what you want. Because I love fashion. I love being fly because I'm fly myself, as you can see. You hear me?
Yeah.
But rock what you want. But
you are very fly.
I appreciate it. But we still need a code, though. We still need a code, though, man.
Really?
And that's what we just did.
We got a little hate right on, too.
Like that? Okay.
Let's show some love to the people in the comments, though, real quick. Who we got in here, man?
Oh, man.
How y'all feeling about the show? I see Lee Brandon. What up, though? I see mother-in-law. Hello. How you doing? Hey, mother-in-law. I see you out there. I see Michelle Boyce. Will Braylock. What's up?
Yeah,
what's up, bro?
I just left him. We just left the job.
Our dude Ray Jones in the building. You feel me? That's
Big
brother-in-law.
dog. What's up, Ray?
It's always a pleasure. Heavy. I got another Alicia Swift. What up, though? How y'all doing? Candy Faith.
Yeah, that's my baby right there. Wife in training.
Wife in training.
I see you, baby.
I see you.
Look, I see you.
You got a backbone with you.
I turn red when that's my heartbeat.
B, who else you seeing there, man?
Oh man, I see. Man, I'm seeing a lot right here. We got
Roy Jones.
Yeah, man, you said it all right now.
Robin Reynolds.
Of course, my baby cakes. Tony
Rain.
We got Vicky McGuire. Hey, Miss McGuire. Thanks for tuning in.
Jamil, mover and shaker in the city. If y'all don't know him, Jamil Robinson, man.
What's going on?
Hey, Marie Nickerson.
Grab.
Marie Nickerson. I think that man Mondo has some kin to her.
Yeah, that's his cousin on the left hand side.
That's mama.
And let the people know they are more than welcome to chime in with questions.
Yeah, man.
Anything that, you know.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear y'all feedback. Y'all talk to us out here.
Yeah, y'all got the gist of the show. What y'all think about it, man? You think we on track with this or what,
man? It's dope, bro.
Is this a coincidence?
I'm just a
What's
guest.
dope, bro? What you saying
The whole
is dope?
concept of what y'all got going on is dope, man. It's fires, but the city been needing. Not only that, but you know what I'm saying, it's untouched. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you can say what you want to say, do how you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's hip, it's trending.
Thank you.
It's just dope. You know what I mean?
And
but we've been rocking together for how long? We been rocking together?
Too long.
What, 10 years?
Had to be on 9.
Shit, I've been hearing you talk shit
fashion
for
show.
damn near a decade.
You know, but how the crack sauce? The crack sauce was nice. It came to the barbecue.
Yeah.
It was it hidden?
It was
okay.
it
You know
was
what I'm saying?
good.
Yeah.
It was
So and
It wasn't worth $2 though.
Hey.
Support
the
this
kids.
nigga hustler, man.
Support
He
the
threw
kids.
a yard sale.
Mhm.
It was selling hot dogs at the yard sale with pickles, and you could have fixings.
Yep.
He even had the little hot dog bowls, a little paper look like coffee filters.
Yep.
He had the whole thing.
Entrepreneurship.
Bro.
He invested in the
So I'm selling
holder.
clothes and dogs, you know. Hey, it was so cold.
You getting it out the mud.
Man, I had a speaker out there like I had a DJ.
Playing Michael Jackson.
The city was like, police was riding by. They was just dropping off cash. Like, it was weird, bro. Like, but it was crazy. We probably made about, because we was I don't even know what we was doing. But we put it out there. But the next one going to be like the second annual in the summer.
Second annual yard sale?
People was hitting us like, why you ain't holler at us? We could have, brought our stuff. So we going to rent a parking lot, and we going to do it even bigger. DJ the whole 9. Yeah, it's going to be dope, bro.
And where is this at?
I haven't found a parking lot yet.
You would shoot the podcast in the parking lot.
We can shoot the podcast in the parking lot.
No, I'm just fucking.
Absolutely
What
not.
you mean? You sell dogs. You know we like to.
We have a
sausages
standard
and
here,
shit.
sir.
Huh?
We don't do that. We got a standard over here, bro.
Yes, sir. So
Now y'all jumping me. That's some bullshit.
No, you good.
So
Don't
G,
get
you
me
got
jumping.
you got some notes over here, man. I want to get to, and you said it's not a mistake that minstrel shows appeared around 1850, the first form of entertainment.
Yeah, do you feel that, bro? Minstrel shows was the first form of entertainment, and that was in 1850. So do you really think that went away?
I mean, it doesn't
And
seem like it.
just
But
changed
that's the
form.
ill part about it, though. People would come in droves to see people dressed up and do a horrible rendition of us instead of hiring us to do it.
That was the goal.
But they didn't want us to do it. They didn't want us to do it at all because the joke was to see them doing it. They didn't want to see us doing it. So I just don't think that mentality has always switched and went away.
Say it hasn't diminished,
But-
and that's showing obvious in some of these major outlets in this fashion industry right now. And the thing is that a lot of it has been hidden and undercover and slidden under the radar, and we see it, but a lot of times we don't notice it. But in these particular instances, this shit is full fledged. Just like they ain't holding no punches with these.
Right. And we can have control of it for real, but we just can't click up together to have control of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first met you guys, I was put on the fashion show. You know, Kaneen reached out to everybody and said, you know what I'm saying, I got these guys, they got Ironswear clothing company. I don't know if y'all straight out of college, but you know what I'm saying, but it's Ironswear clothing company. A lot of people don't know that Ironswear ain't for sale now, but but it's still running around the city. Like it's still current, you know what I'm talking about? And that was 8-9 years ago.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Longer than that.
And we met each other and whatnot, and the show was fire. We had like 400, 500 people attending. I am a good promoter. I am.
You
for real.
do all right.
But it was.
We'll give you that.
You do
know
all
what I'm
right.
saying? That's when I met, some of the people that we have in the city that you would never know actually did fashion and took it seriously. And you guys took it seriously, and that's why I rock the brand. I got so much iron stuff. It's retarded, and I still rock it. And people be like, "Oh, where can I get that from?" Because it's still relevant, it's still fresh, and y'all vision was what it was. And couldn't nobody take that from y'all. But if we had those entities that say, that's dope, let me take this over here, put this on that celebrity, because Roy, what's his name? Who he actually got a special on Netflix now. Roy.
Who? Roy Wood Jr.?
Roy Wood Jr.
Oh yeah,
That's
we called Roy Wood a long
Yeah.
time ago, man. He used to come down to the Bob, and we'll link up with him, and he'll do a show. He invite us down to the show and shit. We'll lace him with some gear, man. He did actually a old school commercial for us when we did the, I think it was the Think Free collection, if I'm not, you know what I mean.
That
If I'm not
Roy Wood,
mistaken.
he's the guy that's real popular for doing the prank calls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, hilarious cat. Gotcha.
Yep. He out of Alabama.
Hey, we got
I
some
think-
more
I
folk in
think,
here, man.
don't quote me on
We
that.
got some more folk. We say Vicky Hurley. She said you guys rock.
Yeah.
I think we rock too. I appreciate it. Thank
Candy
you.
said
Vicky.
it's her idea. You
I
see
think
it?
we're
Yeah, the yard sale.
Okay.
Yeah, the actually was her idea.
What's up, Aisha? I see you, sis. Thanks for the shout out.
Will Braylock, don't worry about what's in my cup, G. You feel me?
Hey, share
It's
this.
a vibe, though.
Do too
this
much.
That dirty bastard, man. You already know. We got a few more people, man. I think this is Shaniqua Evans Jarrett, Yvonne Jarrett, Damian DMC Khan. What up? You know what I mean? Hey, I see an April Mason.
What's up, A?
What's going on?
G2 said he still got his original Ice Wear jacket. Where that nigga get the jacket from?
Was that a varsity jacket too?
Nah, them was nobody was peeling off the cash for the varsity boys,
bro.
This was like $4.50 a piece.
Yeah, we had our own.
Yeah, you on?
I don't even know if y'all understand. Right now, in my vision, we got 32 viewers. Hey, y'all, check this out. Share this.
There you go, more good.
Share this. Absolutely. Y'all watching it? It's a share button on your left hand side. Hit the on your right hand side. I'm sorry. Hit the share button. Let people know what's going on out here in our city empowerment network. And you on the SimpFree show.
Watch party.
Yeah, watch party too.
Watch party.
Share
it with your friends.
Absolutely.
We got 3 great guys on the panel tonight. SimpFree with special guest G Morris.
I'm the special uninvited guest.
special ed guest.
All right, so
I'm about to go in on you, bro. I'm trying to spare you. You better chill out.
I told Mondo I was gonna put his ass in the oven earlier this week.
You gonna roast
him? We good right now.
Okay,
he good.
He said he was sorry.
He's a great talent, and he's very beneficial to the situation. But I
like my light skin.
Y'all can do y'all shit because don't get me started.
I love him.
So, on another note, though, just to get back to it, man, it's like the necessity to stay on code, G.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, why is staying on code so necessary?
Because I'm going to bring it back, man, because I don't know how many of y'all remember. Back in, this is about mid-90s, definitely before 2000, I used to rock, man, we used to rock Tommy Heavy in the D. I don't know about everywhere else. Tommy Hilfiger was, we rocked it. And then they used to have the Nautica jackets with the little orange joint off the zipper. Man, we had all them jackets fly, bruh. Mm-hmm. And I was rocking some Tommy on the block, and my boy came up to me. He said, man, do you know Tommy Hilfiger said if black people was wearing his clothes, he never would have made it.
And what happened to him?
And guess what? I didn't fact check it. Google, I don't even think Google was just even
that shit was word of mouth.
I took when I went home.
I dropped it.
I took that Tommy off, and I had never rocked it again.
Man, I had some of the flyest Tommy shit too, dog, boy.
But they took our celebrities though. That's how they got us to buy it. They took our celebrities like Aaliyah. Aaliyah was a Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah,
model.
that's true.
They took those celebrities and they put it in front of us. It was the hottest trending artist wearing that stuff, and then it was popular in our culture.
But that's the standard though. How else is it going to enter the gateways if we don't have somebody popular wearing it or to set the trend to begin with?
Well, you made $22 million. Now all of a sudden it ain't for black people. You done made your bread.
Can I chime in for one time?
Absolutely.
With these brands, this is a question I always had. Did they say that I didn't make these brands because I don't want you people wearing them? Or, hey, I made these brands for middle class America. I never knew it was just going to be popular with young hip hop crowd.
They made it not knowing how dope we were and how fly we were.
Right.
Because what happened was when we started rocking it, it took off. Mm-hmm. And I think it took off higher than they ever expected it. But at the same time, they didn't necessarily want us rocking it, but they couldn't help it.
Right.
Because we so dope.
And I think that was my question.
Who was the main consumer?
Did he not want us wearing it, or did he not expect for us to wear it?
I don't know that, man. I have no idea. But I didn't fact check it at all. As soon as I heard anything like that, I didn't check it. I didn't do nothing. I stopped rocking it. But that's the code I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was like universal. I don't know. I don't know what city y'all in, or if y'all heard that, but I heard it in the D, and we just stopped rocking it, and it was played at that point. And that's what I'm talking about on code. Because if we stay on code like that, Gucci, Prada, Burberry,
Cristal, none of
them will be able to get away with this.
And to put it in perspective,
they wouldn't be able to do it.
If you're a major brand, it don't matter if you put it out there. The people who are attracted to the shit gonna wear it.
Yeah.
So it don't matter who was wearing it. If they making you the money for putting the shit out there for the people who like it to wear it, why would you even mention some shit about who you don't want wearing it?
Right. Think about the disrespect.
You just fucked up the church's money.
Right.
That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
dumbest move you can make.
Right. Think about the disrespect in that. Why would you disrespecting your consumer? So your hate runs that deep that you jumping over your consumer for real.
Right.
You know this gonna affect your consumer and people gonna have problems with it, but you still put it out because they think we still gonna rock it.
And what's crazy is that there are a bunch of social communities out here who these industries wouldn't dare offend. You know what I mean? Not on their worst day they wouldn't offend these people. You know what I mean? Because they know that they'll lose all dollars bottom line.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you in the people business, so no matter what you sell,
their brand because that money won't be coming in. But I'm an honest guy.
all day long. Every individual needs style.
Every individual.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's just an example of the code we got to be on, man. That's all I'm saying. Like it don't need to be said. We don't have to have a meeting for all of us to be on code. You know what I'm saying? We just get on code. If that's how you feel about it. you know what I'm saying, then hey, we done. But think about it though. How many people really is buying official Gucci and all this?
Nobody.
I'm not spending $350 on the belt. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not happening.
Shit, man, $350.
I can get fly for less.
That's 12 outfits.
I'll pay $25 for like a Gucci belt.
A knockoff?
At the gas station.
One of the ones that Charles, the ones that Charles said.
How about that? The one Charles said.
That was said about
What's
Greg
up, Chow
Morris.
Mein?
I would never rock anything like that.
And buy some Gucci, and buy some real Gucci cologne and put them together like they, official.
Put that sauce on it.
Nah, that's
You know
this
what
boy
I'm
right
saying?
here.
No,
I
it's
ain't
some real
rocking
shit though. You know,
No, sir.
when I met y'all, I couldn't dress at all. Let's
by
be
yourself.
100.
You still
You
can't.
know. What you mean? What you mean?
No, I'm just playing. You got that.
Greg, that's been a struggle for you, man. That's been a real struggle for you, sir.
But you know, my wife in training put me together.
Yeah, you know she did get you out them shoe boots. She got you up out them
They
shoe
was
boots.
the double.
Oh God.
Here's the deal. I'm real heavy on not following trends. I like to be an individual, not the the North Face. I boycott that and all that other stuff out there that people think because like Timberlands ain't snow boots, they work boots, but people don't. It's a trend. You know what I mean? And our people ride on trends. It's just what it is. That's why it's so easy for them to get our bread when they put that stuff on our celebrity. That's the reason why these guys got fanny packs across their chest and they call it something else, but it's a purse.
Now that's SimpFree. That's SimpFree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't do that right
all
here.
that,
No purses.
all that type of ordeal. You know what I mean? I've always been different, and that's why people will look at me like I can rock a Marlboro shirt, and people would be like, "Why you?"
Come again, say what?
I can rock it because
From where?
from the Marlboro cigarettes, I can rock one of those shirts. I can do that.
Oh, this boy tripping.
I'm not tripping. I'm saying that
I can hoop
but
in it.
You feel that way because that's not the norm
I cut grass in it.
in the culture. But a white dude walk into the room with a
rocking that.
Marlboro shirt, nobody says anything. A white dude walk in there with dirty shoes or with some Skechers on, nobody say a word. But
Not
because I
Skechers.
am the guy that I am, and people look at me how they look at me, I can walk in. They be like, "This dude bugging. What are you on? He high?" And they think I'm high because the way I
would
dress.
too.
But realistically, I don't trip on brands and nothing like that. I support my black people though, so you see what I do.
That's
but at the
always
end
a
of the
fact.
day, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't trip on that type of stuff. My girl, when I met her, she was like, "You clumsy or something. What the fuck in your closet?" And she got rid of that shit. And I think she burnt it or something. I don't know. I don't see it no more.
Thank God.
But you know what I'm saying?
Kudos to Candy.
I don't rock trends, man. I don't do that because I've always been a different type of person.
But here's the dilemma, though. We always gonna want to look fly. So you
But
know what I'm
all
saying?
day, every day.
To
how
whose
are we-
perspective
how are we
though?
gonna-
That's what it goes from. Whose
But-
perspective?
But like I'm talking about with this high end. No matter what, people are still gonna buy high end. Like it's never gonna stop.
Not me. I'm
So
cheap.
it ain't like you can just say, "Oh, okay, I'm not gonna rock Gucci," and think Yves Saint Laurent is any better. You know what I mean? You can't just rock another one. So that's where the issue comes at, man. How do you differentiate if you really want to be fly? Because I'm not buying it no way. So it ain't talking to me. You
But
feel
who
me?
you-
I'm staying on code and I'm not buying it. I'm always on code.
Who you trying to be fly for though? Like from whose perspective?
It
Like
just
somebody can
depends.
come to you knowing who you are and how you are to yourself and how you feel about, you know what I'm saying, how you look. You okay with you.
Yeah.
So you walk into a room and everybody think you something different because of what you wearing, but at the end of the day, you cool with that. Because
So
that's
you're
what-
talking
you know
about your
what I'm
own confidence, right?
saying? I bleed that.
And see,
I'm sweating. Hey, how you doing, Mike? You see me? All right.
Yeah, she see your ass, nigga.
Right.
got all
I
the
bleed
red in the
confidence,
world,
man. That's what it is.
You in the middle.
That works great.
You in the middle.
They put me up front. We put Greg in the middle.
That leads me
You
to
gonna
my
say
next
something?
thing.
Go ahead.
I think that a lot of people rock designers because a little self-hate. Like people, like they like, okay, I'm like, why floss on somebody if you really got it? Like if you got a bag, you really ain't tripping. You just rocking the clothes and looking good. You're not posting it. Everything. Look what I bought. Look what I bought. Like I think that's a little bit of self-hate when you got to post everything that's designer just to floss. When it goes unsaying, you ain't got to floss when you got it. Like you just confident and just rock it and look good with whatever.
I totally agree.
And it never depend. It don't never depend on how what the price tag is. It's how you make it look.
That's
I post
true.
all the time.
But at the same time, people gonna still rock designer, man.
But
It's
you
never
don't
gonna
be
stop.
like posting those
No,
shit
you
like
see
where
we
you
did-
look fly though.
You see what we did
don't-
last night?
No.
Okay, so my girl put on the post. She like, what you doing? He landed the plane.
Yeah,
Okay.
we good. Keep going. We good.
Oh, my girl had hit. She said, if I get 600 comments, I'm busting an egg on my boyfriend head. I swear to God, right? She posted it. So I'm like, okay, I gotta beat her to the punch because I'll let her do it. You know, it's not that big of a deal to me. So I said, if I get 250 comments, I'm gonna bust a egg on my girlfriend head, right? And it's on my Greg Morris on Facebook. It's on my Facebook. You can go see it. We did it live. And she went and switched it up and said, give me 250 comments. And I was beating her until she said the 250 comments. And people hate me so much.
It worked out.
It was like 2.5 minutes. She had 300 some comments.
You did it to yourself.
Yeah, I was like 160 something. Like, oh, I'm finna throw the whole carton at you. And she was like, oh, let me change. She's changed it. 6 minutes, bro. I swear. It was like 300 some comments. So, you know, as a good man I am, I let her bust an egg on my head. And she did it on live. It's on my Facebook. And I shared it because I'm a good sport about that. You know what I'm saying? But I do that type of stuff.
G-Mo.
Let's get back into the comments, man.
Yo,
we got some people in here showing love, man.
Definitely,
we appreciate
man.
y'all, man.
Definitely.
Appreciate y'all for rocking with us, man. This is episode number deuce. You hear me?
Yeah. Shout out to Solomon G. Williams. I see you out here, fam. Ain't all day. Every individual needs style, man. G, I think that's your cousin J Ray, man. Tell J Ray he ain't gotta. He just call you. He can get a sweater.
J Ray, what up, though, bro?
Yeah. And Vaughn, come on,
Vaughn,
man.
you can't have this sweater, bro.
You already know. Just hit me on the jack, man. We'll be launching something in the spring here, so look forward to that. We'll be doing some promo coming up. But thanks for all the support for the Cloth Co.
Did I already hit Herman Edwards?
Scales.
Herman Edward Harris Jr. What's good? Cause what up? Aisha Tanay.
Like right now.
That's sis. That's
yeah,
sister
you see
right
sis
there.
on there?
Aisha, what up?
That's
How
what
you
it
doing?
do, man.
Shout out to Ainsworth Cloth Co. You got that right. We already gave love to Gee too.
Yo.
Solomon.
Say, bro. Herman Edward Harris. That's Louisiana in the house.
What up, though?
What up?
They say what's
Louisiana.
In Louisiana, they say what's happening.
What's happening? You heard?
What's happening?
I could dunk in this joint. You
Yeah,
heard?
hey, you hear him over there? That boy talking that. I see brother in here. What's up, bro? Terrence. What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Yoli. I see Yolanda Navarro Bell. What's up with it? Let's see. How do you say this name? Martricia Dutry? Martricia? What up? How you doing?
What's good?
What's up with it?
Yeah.
What else we got?
Houston in the house. That's what I'm talking about already.
She said, look what Candace said, them Jordans.
Who's Jordan?
Remember what I had on?
Oh, yeah. You should be ashamed of yourself. I don't know how you survived that long.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, check this out, man. I got a question. G, and I'm sorry. I know you're going to be a fan of this one, man. What did you rock in high school, though? What kind of gear was you flexing in high school?
I'm gonna be real, man.
Because I got a list.
I dipped.
Let's give the era. Let's give the era, though.
Yeah, we gotta give the era.
So it
high
makes
school
sense.
for us is 96 to 2000, bro.
Okay.
Just to get a frame of reference.
Yeah.
So we was on that. Well, let me say what I was on. Because I'm from the D.
Yes, you are.
So it's a little different. So 96 to 2000, I'm in Polo, Nike, Naughty.
Yeah.
We've been done with Tommy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That was dead. You know what I mean? We rocked a little, just regular clothes. But really that fashion was Iceberg, Coogee.
See, you still was buying shit I could not afford.
Ferragamo.
I
wasn't buying that.
That sounds like a privileged background.
This is what people was rocking,
Silver
man.
spoon, bro.
You sound like
Cardi's. Gucci loafers.
What gym plan did your parents
Ferragamo.
Ferragamo.
Goddamn Gamo.
These are high school students rocking this.
I know.
Oh, not you.
I couldn't keep up. My parents were like,
Are you talking about
no.
the drug dealers from the east side?
No, these are just regular kids going to school. They got some. Everybody got their hustle on. Everybody different down. But I'm just talking about regular people that just kind of was spoiled. And then I'm talking about they come into school dipped. So that was pressure for me back then.
I bet. I can only imagine.
I couldn't keep up, but I was still fly though. You know what I mean? Just being me.
You had to work with what you had.
I mixed and mingled with everybody. So, but that just shows the point. A lot of people they got like a boost from what they wore.
Yeah,
they could kind of come in and stun on people, and it made you feel good. So naturally, I wanted to rock that too. I was like, "Ooh, I'm about to kill him with that." Back then, but I never got it.
Hey, you remember setting your clothes on the bed and you look at it like, damn! Woo! Mama! You did real MVP.
And then but I would go to school and they'd be like, "Oh, you ain't got on shit, bro." They'd laugh.
Yeah, you'd be looking 2 weak.
But I was still cool though, bro. They still rock with me, bro.
But shit, you can ask McDan, bro.
What's up?
When we was in high school, nigga, we was dressing like 70-year-old white men. We were no bullshit. We were in Coogee sweaters, Docker corduroys, Rockport shoes. Bro, what we on them Rockports heavy? Bro, we used to be clean as hell, but bro, it was shit that our age group shouldn't have been wearing.
Oh, I can't forget the whole guest fit.
Oh, you had to have the guest denim outfit.
It was a staple.
Hell yeah. But
then it was a staple, bro.
Then after that, you ran into a Nietzsche. Then you had your academics.
These boys is young.
Fubu hit it hard.
These boys is young.
Had that fire.
Just in case y'all didn't know, another kid look young. I turned 40.
Ooh.
I turned 40 April 5th.
Too far behind,
right?
Bro. Come on,
turned 40, right?
Good
April
for you,
5th.
nigga.
Aries in the building.
Okay, then.
Aries in the building. So,
man, get out of here with that shit.
We had cross colors.
Woo.
We had used,
damaged.
We had damaged.
Not in high school.
We had.
This is like 92 though.
Some of your shit still look like that.
Man,
96, we was done with used, bro.
I graduated in 97, bro. You tripping?
I'm saying in 96 we wasn't wearing no used.
We were not.
I'm saying that. Well, you know,
we were not, sir.
You was fooled out here in these streets.
No, I mean I didn't carry it into my adulthood. I just rocked that. You know what I mean?
You was rocking it.
Carried into your adulthood.
Cross colors. You still was rocking cross colors.
That was dope back in the day. That's like you better stop playing the green and the yellow. You better chill. It was dope, bro.
But you see how you get clout from wearing this though, like back then.
But you know what I'm saying. But like,
that's because we was young. Though. I don't feel the same way now.
Y'all probably never wore. You never wear biker shorts, right?
No, never had a reason to.
What y'all say?
They let everybody yell, everybody laughing, but John Covington. Cause he still got his biker shorts. He know biker shorts. You ever rock some biker shorts?
OG.
I'm saying
I'm
saying that automotive. Cuz right there with the great beard.
Please get on the mic.
You had
Mr. Covington.
You had
I don't know nothing about biker shorts.
You ever rock biker shorts? No. Somebody lying.
I think you out there on your own.
Damn, bro.
Ain't nobody with you.
Old Town 357.
Why you trying to throw Mr. Covington under the bus?
Old Town 357.
You the only one that was wearing them tight ass biker shorts.
I wasn't wearing them.
And you probably wouldn't even have a bike.
Myron, you was wearing biker shorts, bro? No, he can't even.
He lying too. He lying too.
Stop. Biker shorts.
The girls would be like, "Ooh, I see your print." I'm like, "Okay."
Was it a one piece?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I said, all right. I see.
I like how you flip that.
I get it from my daddy. You know what I'm saying?
I like how you flip that.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Flip that.
I worked it.
I'll give you that.
You know what I'm saying? Fanny pack on the side.
I'm not with you.
You had your Kool-Aid packets that you used to take to school with.
Boy, you was looking too weak.
You was looking too weak. Nike dope, man. Y'all don't even understand.
I hate
Cortezes with the
I hate Cortez.
Shout out to the Mexicans. We know that y'all got that. Them Cortezes.
Man, I want to. Every time I see a pair of Cortez, I want to throw them across the room.
Please.
Yeah, I mean, now.
Kickball.
I fucking hate them with a passion.
But back then, that was it. That's what it was.
Don't you got a pair of high top feelers?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't got no pair of feelers.
Nah, you ain't rock feelers back in the day?
My girl really put me on stuff. I got 3 pair of Vapor Max now, and I don't know why she spent her money on that.
Otherwise, you'll be running around here. You man, I ain't gonna stop.
You ain't lying, bro. I ain't even denying it. I'm not denying it. It was horrible.
Hey, but what about the black-owned clothing from that era, like the Walker wear? You said the cross color.
Oh shit, bro!
Did you say Walker wear?
Yeah, he did.
I don't know what that was. I know
Walker?
Rock aware.
No. Oh, y'all younger than I am.
I ain't heard of Walker. I heard
Fuck
of
is you talking about, Mondo?
It's Walker wear. It was owned by.
Does anybody here know that?
Owned by who?
It was a female.
What the hell was y'all wearing up here?
Could you pull that up, Savannah? Could you? I'll do the Googles on that.
I ain't hating. I just thought you meant rock.
That's like old people in the Walkers.
But think about y'all era. Y'all era. You had Rocker wear.
Yeah.
Master P. Y'all look like.
No,
I never wore that shit.
Greg looked like he wore it.
Oh, he gonna put it on me. Shit. Okay.
We gotta put respect on Master P.
Yeah, I'm finna say no disrespect.
One of the best businessmen on the face.
Yes, but that clothing line was bullshit.
P. Millers, bro. P. Millers was a big no.
Horrible.
I'm talking about your whole game was done, bro.
Yeah.
You go up to a female, she like, boy, stop. I know you ain't coming.
Then you come in that yellow and sky blue
boy,
velour.
P. Miller.
You can't get no play in the a velour the sky blue.
Man, salute to P. Miller, man.
Yeah, he did his thing.
I ain't trying to drag it at all because P. Miller, I got much respect for that man there.
Yeah, but that was some crazy. That was some bullshit. P, I'm on the line. You got me on the camera. That's some bullshit, P. They ain't want no problems. I want problems. That's some bullshit.
You want to call, nigga. You ain't gonna like it when you get it though.
Hey, if I do, I'm gonna be like, listen, man, I'm sorry, but I ain't gonna do it on camera.
Hold up, man. We got some more comments, man. Let's go back into
Run it down.
Let's go back to the people, man. We love y'all people, man. We rock with y'all heavy. Kareem Scales. What up, though? That's our dude.
What up,
Hold on.
My road was good.
What up, B Mason and G? What's up? Ben for Tuna. What's up,
man?
Tuna
Mac on this joint? What's up, Tuna?
You see him?
Yeah, we got
we doing that shit on Ice. Love you too, fam.
We got O'Brien on here too. What's up?
What's up, bro?
Y'all call him Ak.
Yeah, man.
All right, Monroe. What's up, baby?
That's bro, man. For real.
So we had do we got that video queued up? Are we able to do it? So we're gonna play a little video, man. This is only it's less than 3 minutes. We want y'all to see, man. This kind of drive home the point of what we wanted to do, as far as what they feel about us and how they feel they can sell to us, man. And we're gonna play this video and then we're gonna come back right back. Are we straight? Okay, hold up. We're gonna get this video going for y'all real quick. Then we're gonna come back and talk about it, man.
Here is what sales psychologists have to say about selling to the Negro.
The secret of selling to the Negro is expressed in one word. That word is recognition. Now, there's nothing unusual about that. People want to be recognized. They need recognition. That's basic in all of us. But perhaps because he's had so little of it, the Negro needs even more. He needs to feel important and appreciated. This need is a very real and important one. It shows up even in many of the Negro's shopping habits. Anyone who sells or wants to sell to the Negro customer should know about some of these habits. 3 habits in particular play a big part in every sales transaction. To begin with, most Negroes buy by brand. They ask for products by name. They're quick to turn down off-brands. Buying by brand, that's the first important Negro buying habit. Now for the second. The Negro buys good quality merchandise. Symbols of quality and prestige are very important to the Negro customer. This woman, for example, is buying fine crystalware. But she is also buying the admiration and approval of her friends and relatives. Listen to her thoughts.
My, isn't it beautiful? I can hardly wait to show it to Sally and Joan.
It's a well-known fact that many Negro customers are influenced by the opinions of others. What their friends may think of a certain item often decides whether or not the sale is made. So remember, the Negro buys quality merchandise. That's the second important point. And here's the third thing to remember when selling to a Negro customer. When he specifically asks for one thing, don't try to sell him something else. Don't try to switch him at the point of sale. If you do, he'll probably react something like this.
Doesn't he think I've got the money to pay for it?
The Negro resents being offered a substitute. He wants to be sold on quality, not price. The Negro buys by brand, he buys quality, and he doesn't like to be switched at point of sale. These are the keys to selling the Negro customer.
According to leading researchers, in proportion to population and income, Negroes buy more quality products than any other comparable United States group.
All right, so as y'all can see, that was just a little sample, man, a little snippet, man. We ain't want to give y'all the whole thing, but just to get a little gist of the stuff we talking about, man. Like, this is contrived, man. They was after us, man. They just want our money, man. They really don't care how much, if you rocking it or not. It's just bring your money. And that's the one thing that we can learn, though. Like, if we stay on code, they won't be able to do that to us no more, man.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think it's brands out there that actually care how we wear their clothes, or just the fact that we wearing the shit?
I think it's brands out there, they just happy we buying it. But
it's a business.
They would prefer us not to rock it, but since we rocking it so well and giving them free pub, because everybody rap about certain things. You know, and you can turn on any rap song and hear about a designer this and designer that, and that's really how some people get their flavor and their culture. So you listen to some songs and like, oh, okay, that's the new hottest. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we're giving them that free pub without really getting the respect.
So
because that's my only issue. Like, they wouldn't, because they're not doing that to no other groups.
I can see that too.
So
what do you suppose? What do you
getting equal hate?
So what do you recommend that a community does in a situation like that?
On this, man, I think we should build up, get like, well, it's never gonna happen, but we should get like local designers that, you know, like people that's up and coming, and put them on the pedestal. Cause like, what happened to Maurice Malone?
I have no idea.
Why did they play out?
Yeah, what happened to Maurice Malone?
FUBU. Like these companies, they do sell their business. So is it because they can't afford to keep up with it? Like the mass can, like, you know, Fendi and Prada, they got big bank behind them.
Now, what
if you're a singular company, maybe you might run into some issues and have to sell your businesses. But I don't know how the transition happened, because we were just dead on. Like FUBU, it became played. Academics, we used to love academics.
Act was cold bleed.
But if you wear it now, it's kind of like,
but I gotta
Echo.
Why not?
Echo. But see, I gotta make a statement though.
He was part of the culture.
I do have to make a statement coming from, you know what I mean, my experience in the industry is that, bro, Those brands weren't timeless, though, unfortunately. They were way too logo-driven. They were too trendy. So the business was only going to be a trend. They pumped shitloads of dollars into it until the trend was dead, and then they liquidated the shit. And then they do it again, and they do it again. Now, and I'm going to mention these brands because these are some of the most timeless brands around. They've been around for a decade. Kanai was logo-driven as shit, man.
Nobody rocking it, though.
Nigga, if it wasn't for that little K in that cursive, fuck it.
But why nobody put them on the pedestal?
We did. We bought as much of that shit as we possibly could.
Yeah, it died, bro.
But that's because it was a trend.
But it's still around, though.
I don't know where it's at.
We don't rock that no more. Who rock Kanai? Anybody got Kanai on here?
It did make a comeback. It did make a comeback in the last year or so. But think about the gap, though. Think about that gap. When I'm talking about, when was Kanai hot, bro? This was the 90s, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe early 2000s. Because I remember I did have a dope sweater. I seen Will Smith rock it. I had to get it.
What about quality? I like Polo.
Man, quality, and see that's one of those brands. I can't even front, man.
I can't either.
That is one of the most timeless brands you could ever purchase, man. You can rock a polo shirt from 7 years ago, 10 years ago, and that baby will still be relevant to this day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the man and Steve, that logo, I just love it to death, man. There's nothing you can do about it. It's timeless.
But what if a black designer had the same quality of garment? Will we still put that on the pedestals as Polo? Would it still be here?
One would hope so.
Yeah,
I don't know, bro. I just don't know how it get played so much.
Bro, it's levels to that shit, though. It's marketing.
That's
it's branding. The logo got to be right. And your shit just got to feel good. And you got to have timeless pieces, man, or you're not going to live the test of longevity. It's just not going to happen, especially in the fashion industry.
Let us get some questions from the audience, man. What y'all think? Why do certain brands come and go? Like, why do certain brands just get put in, like Fendi, Prada, Gucci? I think Yves Saint Laurent, Louis.
Why do they go on forever?
They always gonna have a standard up here. You know what I mean? The average people are not. They not even touching that. They not rocking that like that.
Because
a lot of people are in that middle. You know what I mean? And that's why I think Ralph Lauren, like you said, and Naughty, they did a great job at capturing that.
Yeah.
But that upper echelon, why do they get put up there and we don't bring something up like what? Like why didn't we put Kanai up there?
It's status.
What was wrong with it? Maurice Malone. Why didn't we put Maurice Malone up there? Brother-in-law got a question, man. Hit us with it.
Go ahead, OG.
Or answer to it.
Question. I got a statement.
You got a statement. My bad. Yeah.
When it comes to why aren't these brands, lasting longer? And I think for anybody that's selling anything, if you sell to only one community, it's not going to sell.
It is not going to sell.
We sell too many things, and we try to brand it only for our people.
That is correct.
Versus, let me sell this brand to anybody who's willing to buy it.
You said something heavy. I just thought about something. So do you think because there was a black designer, a lot of the dominant society didn't want to buy it because they just assumed it was a
You can't say that
group?
Though because
I'm just asking a question.
Because middle America.
Because think about it. We just rock dope. We already know majority of the time there probably won't be a black designer that's doing it, but as long as it's dope, we rock it.
And what you think middle class white kids are wearing?
I don't know.
The shit we wear.
That's what Kanye was on. Kanye was
all
on
the
that.
time.
But not as a mass though. Some people are like, I don't know, that's a black. I don't. They might think they don't feel comfortable in it because this catered to black people when really it's not. It's just a black designer.
Mm-hmm.
That's heavy, Ray.
I think
that's a heavy point.
We market. I think the marketing is
slanted
key because. If you marketing, I think that's what they're doing. Versus take, like Greg said, Kanye didn't come here first.
Right.
He went overseas and he marketed to, the European nations over there and in the fashion industry, and then allowed it to come back and get picked up by us.
I mean, he did good with the Yeezys, but his clothes got
right. It is, but
his clothes is trash.
The Yeezy shoes is the worst looking.
Yeah, we ain't rocking that like that.
Ones,
right,
the worst looking things you can ever.
He not only
Yves
Saint Laurent and Louis and all them levels.
If he continues to go in the direction that he's going, he can get there.
See, I think our problem is that we don't understand those structures when you deal with fashion or business. When you say like a Gucci, you say like a Louis Vuitton, it's another one. They don't target a certain culture. Like when you deal with a FUBU, they targeted a certain culture. When you deal with, Kanai, they deal with a certain culture. So, that dies after a while. Why? Because that culture always turns over to the next trend. And we already know African Americans as trend writers. We know that the number one buyer of Cadillac is what? African Americans. We know the number one buyers of Mercedes Benz is what? African American. We know this and other. Even though that we don't care about those stats, and nobody will say, okay, well, check check this out. You know what I mean?
These
if we
are
can stop that,
G-facts.
if we can stop that, I'm just saying, if we can stop that,
Hold
we can stop that business for this, whatever the case may be, because they stopped our business all the way around. You know what I mean? Like the crazy thing about it is that once we become conscious about where our money is going, where our dollar is going, this and another, these conversations is going to always be, you know what I'm saying, like real big in these circles. It's good that we having these dialogues when we talk about where you spending your money, what after you spend your money to this particular business, where that's going, and if it's circling to your community. These facts are available for you if you dig deep enough. It's available for you. We already know the Asian people who will get your money, whether it be a nail shop or a liquor store, you know they ain't gonna wear that. It's gonna go back to Vietnam, wherever the case may be. But if you spend your money at the Wing Heavens, and I throw the shots out there, you know, the Polyth Nail Bar and Spa, or these particular businesses, or the Ironsworth and another, they know that it's gonna circle more times in your community than it does if you was going any other route. But we don't care about that as long as we fly and we use these words that give us these statuses to make us feel like we somebody. You know what I'm saying? Realistically, that's what captures us in their web when we talk about what we have versus what they have. Realistically, it's just what it is.
Okay, G-Mo, I see you, man. Let's go into the audience.
Panel.
Okay, let's go.
Question from the panel.
I see you. We got a Randall Butler. Is that what you about to read? What you was about to say? Go ahead, Mondo.
Okay, we can go with Randall's.
Randall Butler,
are we
what up?
brand driven to our own population? And that was kind of the other question that was there. So I'll just
go with the other one. Yeah, go with that first one.
We'll go with that because they mix in. So with us black people, that's what we're really talking about. Is it really trendy, or is it because this is what? Because I missed the question. Is it because this is what society says is you have to be at this status, this echelon, this tier?
Yeah,
right.
That's a great question.
We can go to Meijer. You go to Meijer all day. Like, that's a nice shirt. If you can dress, you can dress, no matter what you put on, right? Granted, certain clothes, you know, some people shop off the off the mannequin, right? So let's go back to what he's saying is, are we brand driven? So does it matter? Even we see the clothes that the younger generation is wearing now. We're like, what the hell is this?
Mm-hmm.
But it's that name brand that gets it. So is it the brand? Is it the quality, or is it the look?
I think some of that depends on your own self-confidence too. If you're confident to rock whatever you want to rock and don't care what people think, you're gonna just rock it. Because especially if you know how to dress, you can put stuff together like you say.
You saying it doesn't have to be name brand?
It don't have to, but when you reach a certain level and your bag is different, you're not about to go down to Meijer and buy no shirts, even if it's dope. You're not doing that. Or I'm gonna speak for myself. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I'm gonna keep doing it. Like, regardless, I'm trying to go a name brand, but I'm not going as high up. But I'm at least be in the middle. If it ain't my own, Ironsworth.com. You hear me?
Yeah, all day.
That's true, but like my age, people are starting to go out to Goodwill. My generation, we like to thrift shop. So what we do is we'll go find old school stuff. We'll find stuff that just looks cool, and we'll start to create our own.
That's what I like that.
I believe you.
But I know some grown folks who do that.
That's really a subculture. You know what I'm saying? Like, you take the skateboarding subculture. They like vintage stuff. They like what's been used, what's been worn, what looks like it's been through some things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been here before. That's the hidden jewel for them. But then you turn around and you look at the hip hop culture, right? Like, me personally, I have these conversations with I work for Job Corps, so you know what I'm saying, I got students. I got 200 something students, right? So I look at them, and out of 200 and something students, 149 of them have at least one piece of North Face. Right, so then you start building these other circles of round table talk, like, why do you like North Face? Yeah. All of them got an individual answer, but it really just circles around the fact that it was popping.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of new, like, high end brands or whatever that focus on kind of like the thrift store look. So they make it look like it's from the thrift store or whatever.
They're smart.
They charge you a lot, and that's what a lot of people are doing. There's some of us that do actually go to the thrift store and be like, oh, this is dope, I'm gonna do me, like, I'm gonna just be uniquely me. And then there's other people like, oh, I seen this on this website, even though I could get it at Goodwill, but it's, you know, whatever.
But that's heavy because at your age, or at least the younger folk, like we didn't. Like, did you think about thrifting in your early?
Not a day in my life.
Your teens to 20s, man. I wouldn't be caught dead in no thrift store.
Yeah,
but guess what?
Hell
I've been
no.
I've been introduced to the thrift stores by thank you for my baby.
Right.
She the one that introduced me to thrift stores.
Hallelujah.
She's the queen at thrifting, and she gets so much dope stuff. And I used to always play it. Like, I'm not. She used to always try to get me to thrift. I would never go in there, and then she finally got me to go in there, and I found so many dope pieces.
Yeah, you get a taste for it, right?
But that comes with wisdom. But for her,
that's correct. That's a great statement.
Age group to do that now, I think that's just showing the shift in the culture, and that's what we need. We need more people to break away from the stereotype. And
That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing now. They have more of a carefree system. What's going on now? If you check it, a lot of their clothes don't match. Real talk, the pants don't match the shirt. It's just what it is. Don't match. The hair is going to more of a nappy style instead of a comb style. And then you also looking at the fact that their shoes aren't Nikes. There's something different. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're going to I don't care. They're going to I don't want to say rebellion look, but they're going to I don't care what you think about me look. Which is
everybody's trying
dope.
to be their own person.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to be
That's
unique.
different.
And which is cool, but at the same time it has its downside because now everybody's sensitive.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, I got this dude asked a quick question, and I want to just put it out here real quick. This is Randall Butler, and he said, "What black company makes clothing for the businessman?"
That's a great question.
I only know of one that's kind of high end, and that's Ramomar.
Okay.
So you got to Google that. I don't even know how to spell that. Don't ask me. But I know it's called Ramomar, right?
Yeah. Use your
vowels.
Use your vowels.
Ramomar.
Sound it out. You should probably type
if it's
it in.
not like custom, that's a good question. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know of a black that has business clothes. I couldn't even tell you. And so maybe that's a niche. That's somewhere we can work
There's
on.
a couple of business people or
hit us with it, Ray.
Lines of clothing out there like Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer. I'm just saying. You said, "Is there any for the businessman?"
I don't really respect.
Don't find what you was looking for, then shoot it down.
Respect them or not. The question was, is anybody out there making clothes for the businessman? So there are some brand names
Strahan, he got
that are out there.
Yeah.
I respect.
I like that Strahan.
They are clothing lines.
Right.
So that's
so
the
they're
best we can
going
answer.
through somebody else and bringing out a line.
Yeah, so it's
But I
technically
don't know.
not theirs. They're just the face, though.
A lot of them. That's what a lot of them is. It's like they're the face because they're popular right now, so they can bring this collection. That's why Steve Harvey line has been clowned. That's why a lot of those other artists or celebrities, their lines have been clowned because somebody said, "Hey, I got enough money to start a line. I'm already in this business. Let's call it your line and just rock it, and we're gonna sell it." But Strahan, I believe, have more hands on what he does, what he likes, how he designed it, what's on his line. That's why I respect it.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying. But the other one, Steve Harvey's, they clown suits. That's just what it is. And I give respect to
I think
him,
he just kind of sullied his name and kind of.
I don't think it's clown suits. It was for that time when he came, when Steve Harvey came. That was just that was that look.
He got off cold, and we really just don't rock with him right now.
That's what it is.
Somebody say
he got off cold
because Sean John makes suits.
That's a good. What about Sean?
I think Fubu.
I always like Sean John. Sean John was clean, but
what happened to Sean John?
But what is Sean John like? Is he the face or is it really? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I never got to the bottom of
Sean
that.
John is clean, but ain't Sean John kind of played out right now? Don't you think so?
Why
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
Why? That's the age old question.
I think he's played out in our culture. He's not played out in mainstream society. He's still selling suits. He still have designs and things of that nature. And we already know he's a mega businessman. He on one of the richest black men in America.
I rock with Sean John for real.
And the same thing goes for Fubu too. They're now syndicating their brand all across China and Japan, overseas. Like you can go and see Fubu outlets over there. You won't catch them here anymore.
And they own other brands.
And they do own the brands.
My man got a question. You got a question?
What y'all think about Supreme then?
Supreme? I think Supreme is a overpriced red rectangle.
I get a lot of Supreme tacos.
Yeah, rectangle.
Rectangle.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It is. It's overpriced.
It's the culture, though.
That's just what I'm saying.
I like my pizza Supreme.
It is the culture, and I get it. It's just I'm over it. I'm too old for Supreme.
Yeah.
In my opinion. You know what I mean?
I am too. I feel you.
I'm past it. That's for the youth, and that came out in their genre. Mate, when I was younger, I'd probably be all over it, man.
I
but
think
right
I
now
think,
I'm not seeing it.
Yeah,
because it's only so much. It's logo driven. It's just a stamp. It's a patch. No matter what it is, it's still just that patch in the same color.
Right.
Yeah.
It was the crown. Wasn't it with the crown or something like that?
No, it's just that square that says Supreme in it.
Oh, yeah,
and I'm gonna stop saying their name on my show.
Yeah,
Fact.
yeah.
But you want to know? So can I touch on something though, real quick? Like
Supreme.
I think high end though is high end is good depending on
true.
your bag. Like a lot of people need to know high end fashion need to be disposable income. You buy high end fashion when you can just blow a bag on it.
That's right.
You ain't got to do nothing. Now,
Crown holder.
It's some people right now that's got to catch an Uber to their ride because they hiding it from the repo man.
Oh,
They catch an Uber to find their car because they hiding it.
Just FYI.
but he coochie down to the socks.
People on them.
I parked in the front, just so you know, in front of the building. So
Why? I hope you ain't.
I paid
about to
mine,
get
paid
repo.
up, huh?
Yeah, but I'm just saying though. That's just. But people would. I'm just saying that's the extreme people would go.
Right.
There's people rocking high end, and they got an eviction notice.
Talk about it.
Well,
G.
You know what I mean? You ain't even got nowhere to stay, but you high end though.
But
Say he got that high end, but that one
that's
for
self-
Chisholm.
I think that's self hate.
You want to see the most expensive cars that you can ever meet in your city? Go to the projects.
I think that's psychological though. That's deep. That's heavy, man.
It's real talk.
Cause why would you put yourself in that
Real
deeper
talk.
hole for real? That don't make no sense. But that just show you the pressure it is to. People would rather just be like, at least I'm fly. I ain't got to post my whole house. I can just post this little corner. They don't got to know I'm about to get kicked out. As long as they see me out in the club.
Yeah.
And a lot of people got that. A lot of people got that. A lot of people be fresh to death. Their kids be dusty.
Oh,
Nose
that's the
dripping.
worst.
Like, come on.
I want my kids dusty.
Not dusty kids.
I want my kids
I
dusty.
hate snotty
Not
Not the children.
and dirty shoes.
Not the children.
Please, if you got your kids snotty nose
I don't
and dirty
even care
shoes,
about that
do
type
better.
of stuff. You know, I used to feel that way because I worked
Yeah,
for
see
mine.
that his kids be
Look,
snotty. He don't care.
I worked for mine for
What?
22
Stop.
years, right? So I used to have those concepts in my head that, okay, you got this girl who flies another, and the kids come in, they got the dirty clothes another. Until
That's terrible.
I bought my son some LeBrons. Hold up.
Okay.
So I bought him some LeBrons for his birthday, October 25th.
He dog walked him, didn't he?
Man, and by Thanksgiving, the cotton was hanging out the side of it by the ankle.
Why?
And I said, you know what? You snotty nose booger eating motherfucker.
Them bitches
You
was like
got to be-
200, wasn't
I'm
it?
so mad at you right now. It was 2 and some change, and I bought the socks. You know the socks that come to here, and they got the little pictures on the shit
Got
and
them
everything.
together. Okay.
Man, I got them together. I still remember the name of the shoes. They was the Bad Apples. They just dropped.
So
They
did you
just
buy
dropped.
him one pair of shoes and one
No,
pair
they
of
wanted the
socks? So he
LeBrons.
had no choice but to wear them all the time?
They was the rents. They was the rents, not the LeBrons.
Oh, so
but
KD.
but you know what? That was, I think he was turning.
I don't even wear shit like that.
I think he was turning 12. He's 13. No, he's 16 now, and he wearing the motherfucking shoes. That's what I'm saying. I ain't buying no more.
You still wearing them bitches?
That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
you ain't doing that
You know what I'm
to
saying? They sandals now, but he gonna wear them to school. That's just what it is.
Hey, real
It's
quick.
what it is.
Got him out here bald dude.
It's what it is. Hey,
We got something from
Yeah,
he
the
told
cut
us
the toe
that
out.
today. When you gonna buy him some new shoes? I said I bought you some in '98.
Hey, B Mason.
Yo.
I see somebody in here. It's April Mason. I don't know. Is
That's
there any relation to you or not? But it says promote our local brands, work from the ground up, and show love.
That's the only way to fly, man. That's how you got
Facts.
to do it.
That's what's up.
Shout out Margie Liz, by the
Margie
way.
Liz.
Absolutely.
Everybody I know that has a line started from the ground up, straight from the mud, man. We started our shit. How many times did you know how we started? How many? We used to go door to door selling my shit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man, we used to go door to door selling Ice T-shirts when we first started, and then when we linked up with G, we was on a whole nother level. And then when we got here, that's when we hit the plateau. But we had to. I do. It's called Eins Mrs. Cloth Company. Everything is in limbo at the moment because we're
It's
trying
gonna
to
get back started though. Don't worry about
we're reconstructing the brand and you know what I mean, distribution and everything. So we're working on that.
Let's get
It's
some more
coming.
shout outs to the people, man. We love y'all, man. We getting this out the mud, y'all. This our second episode, man.
Number 2.
Hey, man, we just doing this thing, man, letting it rock, man. I see my family in here, Kirsten Brown. What's up, cousin? Love you. What's up?
Got
let's
Natasha
see.
on. What's up, Natasha?
Joseph
Monique?
White. Is that our roommate?
Is that Whitey?
I think that's Whitey.
Whitey.
What's up, bro?
What's going
I see
on?
brother DeMarco. What's up, bro?
That was
Love
one of the
y'all,
coolest
man.
What up, Whitey?
motherfuckers ever.
People saying facts, so we touching something, man.
I
People
hope so.
saying something.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man.
Wait.
You know what we need to do? You need to ask since we're talking about African American, it's Black History Month. We're talking about
It
these
is.
brands. We need to ask the people, if you're gonna comment a black owned business
That's a great idea.
that you know that's in your city.
Yeah.
Comment on that. Let's get them black owned business a shout out.
Cause we love pubbing.
Give
people,
them
man.
shout out.
Absolutely.
And pub yours again, man. Where you at, man? What's the name of your spot?
Polished Nail Bar and Spa. We on 4301 Kalamazoo, right behind Florentine's, right across the parking lot from Cone City. But you know enough about us. Tony Rain is in the building,
That's
man.
a fact, though. That's a wave.
Oh man,
That's
come on,
a vibe.
you serious?
Tony Rain is
Come on, you know what I'm saying? And we can't even forget about Einz.
All day long, every day. I've been greased up for like 2 years,
Man,
fucking
facts,
with Tony
man.
Rain.
I've
been moisturized in the motherfucker.
I can't think about when I bought lotion.
Hey Tony.
Yeah.
You know,
Tony.
They got
Hi to the camera.
Isn't she lovely?
She on the she's
Hello.
like, nah, girl.
That's me right
Yeah,
now.
he saying my name and shit.
Hey, but Looney about to come with some shit too. We gonna get more into that when Looney do his launch too.
Oh,
we
wait.
definitely gonna have to pub tune.
Wait,
Yeah,
hold on, bro.
yeah.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
okay, then.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing yet because I ain't got the.
Can I give
You
him a shout
just
out?
said it.
Can I give him a shout out?
Go ahead.
I just want to shout out my wife and training, Candy Faces, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Again?
Hey,
Shout
all
out.
day, every day. I told her, all right, babe. I'm
You
in your
started
name
your
all
day talking about Candy. You need to get to the crib.
You know what? Let me tell you. Y'all want to hear a crazy Candy story?
Another one?
Not
Yeah,
really,
you wanna
but
hear-
go
no,
ahead.
Crazy,
Hey,
right?
Candy.
So, you know, I'm really big on privacy. Like, whatever
Okay.
you got
I can't
going
tell.
on.
You just told everybody on this
You know what I'm
motherfucker.
saying? Like, I got going on this and
Yeah.
that. Well, I ain't
luck
going
with
through your
that.
pockets. You ain't going through my pockets, right? She gonna be mad I told her story, but I got to tell it. So,
You might just stop there.
Yeah,
nah,
that's
fuck it,
probably
I'm
what
saying-
you-
Keep going. We want it.
I'm saying,
We want it.
It's going to be crazy.
We with it.
So,
Keep going.
I woke up like at 3 something in the morning, right?
Okay, then.
And I'm on trip and I looked up. I'm like, damn, it's late. And then I looked over and she was gone. I said, damn. Then I thought to myself like, nigga, do you got your phone? So I looked over to the other side of the bed and my phone was gone. I said, shit. Because every man who know this girl gone and his phone gone, some shit's about to go down.
Well,
Gee,
she
that
got her
sound
own
kinda
phone. What she
simpish.
need your phone for?
That sound kind of simple.
Boy, I'm telling you, boy. I don't know
Boy,
where you
Mondo
going.
is gonna be
I don't know where you
mine.
going. I don't lose no sleep. My phone ring. I say, baby, answer that for me.
Yeah, no,
I ain't
I'm not.
losing no sleep.
I
I don't
wouldn't
know where you going, bruh.
Listen, I'm not tripping on that
Really
because
back
I
in.
already know my baby. I ain't got nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? I'm in love with one person with a kiss and beat. But so I'm really tripping.
Way to
But,
pick up the pieces.
but so I'm thinking like, so the humor in my chest said,
Boy, get out of it. Just
she
go
in the
away.
house somewhere. So I get up,
And
right?
put on your shoe boots and ran downstairs.
Boy,
I ain't run downstairs. I went to the bathroom
Chugga love.
upstairs. I'm upstairs with the bathroom. She on the toilet on my phone like this. I said, nigga. Just to scare her a little bit. I said, what is you doing? She said, I said, I see you. She tried to hide the phone on this side of her. I said, I see you. She said, I wasn't doing nothing. I said, well, give me my goddamn phone because you got your own goddamn phone. But I want to tell that story to her. She got back in the bed like this, baby. I said, if you don't get the fuck away from me, you try to act like you weren't doing what you was doing, stealing my phone and everything. But yeah, I had to share that story. I thought I was gonna do one embarrassing story about her while on the air.
I was wondering where that was going.
We got a question. We got a question.
What up, though?
What would you guys like to see from black-owned clothing lines?
Oh, just quality, man.
I would like to see simplicity. I'm
No.
not a big ass fan of all the satin and the pyramids and a
Classic.
bunch of logos and heavy shit on the shirt. Shirt weighs 7 pounds.
Facts.
You don't need that shit, man. You need soft, easy, comfortable clothing that can be worn every day. Casual, you can wear it to work. Just versatility, man. Just and that the same piece can just keep being recycled. You know, when you buy something, you want to just give it
Timeless.
up. You know, especially if you pay a decent price for your garment. You work hard for your money, right? So you want something that's going to continue to turn over. You want to invest in your apparel. You know what I mean? You don't want to just buy clothes. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's nothing.
That's why these niggas still wearing this shit from 7 years ago because it's quality, and I made sure of it.
I don't think it's nothing that they can give us. I don't think there's nothing that there no black designer can give us because it's really not about being a black designer. I think that when they expose that's what it is, a black designer. We gonna find some way to hate, tear it down. We gonna find some way to make it feel like it don't fit after a certain period of time. So we can always ride a trend like truck fit or whatever the case may be. We can always ride that trend. But if we, I don't know if anybody remember the time when there was a downtown. They was talking about a casino downtown, right?
Downtown here?
Downtown Grand Rapids.
No, I never remember that.
So when they came out and said that one of the investors was an African American man,
Right.
they scrapped it.
Wow.
They got approved for everything. The black man came in and said, "Listen, bro, I want to be down with this, but I don't want it to be exposed that I'm involved. I just want them to know that we bringing this down here that's going to bring tons of jobs. At this time, that's when unemployment was high and all this extra stuff.
So this was like 2008? Nah, when is this? I never heard of this.
That was around about 2000. It was around about 2008.
Right. Okay. So
7, 8.
So first and foremost, I joke a lot, but I don't think nobody understands the intelligence that I have. First and foremost,
look at it. You just talked about intelligence.
I was on the tip of the chair, so it failed. It was trying to fail on. But what I'm telling you is that on some real talk. What I'm telling you is that this was the opportunity for us not only to big up our African American brother, but also this was an opportunity for us to bring jobs into the city. And because it was exposed, everything was positive until it was said that this was a black man that was involved. Not a black man totally funding the project, just part of the project. Scrapped it in our own city downtown. They had, if you go back and look at the footage, they had development. They showed you where it's going to be at.
But did black people scrap it?
They own it right on the waterfront, and this and another. And they said this is going to be amazing for Grand Rapids. It's going to bring 200 some jobs, and this and another rule. And we already know what Gun Lake doing, right? Yeah. So this is what they said. And then because of the fact of he was African American, I think that's not just a Grand Rapids thing. It's a society thing. It's a cultural thing.
But it wasn't black people. I'm sorry, G Morris. Yeah. It wasn't black people who.
That's not what I'm saying.
But the question was, as far as black people,
we're not going to support each other.
What do we want? So you said black people would tear each other down, but in that instance, it wasn't a black people tearing black people down.
But see, that goes back to it all go back to the code.
Same thing.
That's what I'm saying. If we all get a code and we all bring somebody up and make it hot. You know what I'm saying? We can make anybody hot if you just all treat them the same way as you treat Louis, same way you treat Gucci. Right. But that's the problem. I don't know how would you erase that and how you get that out of your minds, because some people is like they hell bit on like if it ain't the high end, if it ain't 350, 600 plus, you know what I mean? They ain't trying to get it for real. Like so that's all I'm trying to say is how do we get on code and make sure we bring somebody up without bringing all this extra attention to people that really don't want the attention, but they happy we getting it, they happy we spending money, but they really don't want us rocking.
Right, because the bar can be reversed. It can be reversed, right? So everybody say we need a soul food joint. Come on now, 2 years in the making. Everybody say that we need a soul food joint in Grand Rapids, right?
Yeah.
We know you had to drive out to 76th Street to see what's her name, Aunt May, Amber Lands, whatever. Emma wasn't even in the hood. She was next to a gym or some shit over there. So everybody's like, we need soul food greens and another, you know what I'm saying? Then Kenny Yam can't say, look, we're gonna do this.
That shit is crack, bro.
Right? Huh?
That shit is delicious.
Right. So we're gonna bring this in woo. But when they opened up, our own black people destroyed it. I'm just being 100, and this ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
This is facts.
I don't know the owners of that shit, but I stand.
I do. I know the owners.
No. I'm glad you asked me that. So when they opened up, first thing they did was they went on social media saying it's garbage, it's nasty, this and
why would they do that?
Then they was taking pictures of it and posting on this and other. And one status got 5,000 comments from our own black people in Grand Rapids. So here's the deal, right? So McDonald's been fucking up your burger since you was born,
Fact.
right? They're fucking up your burger since you was born. So nobody saying somebody, and you might hear, don't go on 4477 McDonald's, they fucked up my burger, right?
You still going.
And they gonna still go after a certain amount of time. You can still do that because that's the status quo. You gonna fuck around, but there ain't no pictures being made of your food, and you posting and all the other shit. But for us, they don't want to see us grow. I'm arguing with black people on a daily basis about, hey, I got a black owned business. You know, come check this out. You know, I don't like them black girls do my nails and other. No, these ching chong, they fucked around and talked about you in their language.
They getting beat up in Asian shops.
Some of the comments
don't be
on this show.
I mean like that.
Some of the comments is not the views of the SimpFree Podcast.
I mean like that. I'm just saying that.
You motherfuckers.
No, I'm saying I had these conversations. These is real conversations I've had in front of
I'm with you.
A cultural table. We had these conversations. I say, you know, they say ching chong to you, and this and another with a wool, and the only thing you understand is, oh, it's so beautiful, you got a boyfriend, and this and another with a wool, and they talk about you in their language, and they take your money and they send it off to another country, to their families. Now I respect that model because of the fact that they just really trying to feed their family. I ain't tripping on that. What I'm saying is
get on code.
I'm just saying that we don't support each other like that, because if I walked in with a Marlboro T-shirt, y'all would think I'm weird.
No, I wouldn't think he was weird.
Right?
Do you prefer Marlboro?
I'm just being 100.
I gotta say something though, man. From my experience, bro, I can't say that about black people, because I've been doing I swear since I was 15 years old, and I ain't never had a motherfucker hate on our shit not once.
I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying though, I've got nothing but support, encouragement, and
we
big
the
up.
Exception, not the rule though.
And motherfuckers have bought garment after garment. We've never had a problem.
I'm rocking it. I ain't saying.
You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is,
I don't know what we do different, but I'm just saying we haven't had that issue.
You don't do nothing different, but you don't supply it to the masses. As right now, we talking about relaunching. We ain't talking about that we making it bigger than what it is right now. We talking about relaunching it. We're not talking about these motherfuckers who came and supported you from day one and made your shit bigger. They was cool enough to buy a T-shirt, buy this and another. Me and you had conversations. I'm saying, bro, we can do this bigger. We can do this bigger. I mean, you had conversations, bro, we can do this bigger. We can do this bigger. This and another. For whatever happened, you know what I'm saying? Just like the casino, as many people as we had that crushed the dreams because he came out that he was African American, we still got the same amount of people who can lift it up and bring that back to the forefront and stand for something and say that, okay, we are massive enough to make this dream happen. But we didn't. We just let it fall to the wayside because some motherfuckers said that we ain't gonna let it do. We ain't gonna let it happen. Rather that person been black or white, what I'm saying is, just to his point, he said that how come, or his point, we have a actual African American designer. How do we support him and get him as big as them people? You can't. If Kanye couldn't do it, you can't.
No, Kanye played.
Is it a can't or won't? Is it can't be done or people won't do it?
I think people won't do it, Mondo. It's 2019. It ain't shit out here that can't be done. I don't give a fuck what color you is, where you from. You can do all things.
I believe
period.
That. There's nothing there's nothing that's not impossible. We already know that when we go up, and I like to do callbacks. We can go back to P. Miller. Who would have thought that this man would have got that distribution deal and made it bigger than anything else selling tapes out of the trunk? We get that.
Brilliant.
We get that, right? But that's one out of how many? So
baby.
So I'm just being 100. But see, Baby did was took his structure and redesigned it and made it, put his stamp on it. It's the same thing that P. Miller did. But they took that. I'm just being 100. So they took that whole structure from Def Jam. Def Jam said, we're not even gonna sign artists no more. We're gonna give them labels. That came before Master P. So that's how you got Rough Riders. That's how you got Rockefeller. That's how you got all these other things.
P was doing it before that time.
Out of his trunk.
40, even 40 was doing it.
But again, out of their trunk. But they didn't have distribution deals.
40, yeah.
They didn't have distribution deals. So once the Universal said that we got Def Jam is killing us in these record sales for this hip hop stuff. So they said, well, so these other dudes came to them saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? I can do the same thing they doing, but I'm not taking no slave deal. I just need distribution. We've been doing this. We do 50,000 units out of the trunk. What would I need you for? You know what I'm saying? And you stupid not to pass on to not give me this deal because somebody else gonna give me this deal. And when Universal was smart enough to say, okay, good, there you go, bro. It was a wrap after that. The game changed. That's when the culture changed. That's when the trend changed. That's when Kanai turns into Truck Fit. That's when, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, if you don't understand the culture and how we don't support each other and how we allow these people to sit there and tell us that Kaepernick means this and Nike says I ain't fucking with Kaepernick, but then they come out with a Hoes jersey and then they start go from falling from 16% to rising 30%. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You
gotta be careful what we say on air because people take it for face value.
Right, but I'm just saying.
And we live, nigga.
I'm just being 100. This is what it is, and I don't want to overtalk nobody. I'm just saying that this is the reality of it all. We can say what it is, and we can say our opinions, but the facts is, if you dig,
come back to a code, man.
If you dig deep
come
enough,
back
you'll
to
find
a code
it.
and get rid of that self-hate, man. Everybody come together. We all do a code, and I think that's what the 30-somethings. I think it's a shift. All of us in our 30s on down, And then the babies that's not born, I think, is slowly gonna come to being on code.
Yeah,
because like
I
we
agree.
had a young lady in here that's talking about thrifting.
The transition
Back
is happening
then,
right now.
In our days, nobody was thrifting, but I think it's a shift, man. And I think gonna do a great job of getting on code and staying with that. And we won't accept people just putting out anything and then still think we gonna buy it. We must be respected. That's a fact. And my man Myra got something to say. What's up, man?
I got a quick question, man.
What's up?
So y'all were talking about like black-owned businesses.
Yeah.
We had this on my show like 2 weeks ago. And the point that I was making was sometimes when you try to support black businesses, they don't give you sometimes the quality that you give with other businesses. Now, when you find one that give you good business, good quality, good service,
Shit, that's
I
any
rock
business.
with you.
That's any business, though.
You know,
And that's what I was
So
going to
it doesn't
say.
matter whether you black, whether you Asian, whether you
Love that.
Vietnamese, Thai,
Real
white.
talk. It's real
If the
talk.
service isn't good, you're gonna lose people. Now, to the Candy Am thing, I think the comparison between McDonald's and Candy Am is McDonald's has a longevity and a following of people. So
Right.
one negative comment doesn't change it. But when you're trying to grow your business
Yeah.
to start it,
Yeah.
you got to get that foundation before you get torn down.
But see, with the code, you won't do that. Like, say
Right.
the food is nasty.
Right.
On the public, you say, "Hey, go show them love. Go to the business. Go try it
Right.
out."
Right.
Let people
Behind the
decide for
scenes,
themselves.
Not on the public way, not on the internet. You say, "Hey, man, y'all need to step it up." We don't need to
Right.
put that out in the public like that.
So do you
That's
think
where the
as
problem
people,
is.
we
That's
tear
the
each other
problem.
down?
Yes.
We do, because that goes
Yes.
back to that self-hate. A lot of people don't like seeing other people come up. They don't understand, like, well, if I help them out, maybe they can help me pass it out. But a lot of
Right.
people they want to get theirs, and like you said, like crab in the barrel, pulling
Yeah.
people down.
You know what's
And
funny?
we're gonna change that. We got to change that.
You know,
How?
funny? I
don't know.
You
we got to
know,
work on it.
I actually,
Establish a code.
I was rushing here from my job. One of the things that we had a Black Enterprise Day today, and so I wanted to bring black-owned businesses to our students so they can see people who actually started like they are right now and made a positive out of a negative and showed them that anything is possible if you're following your dreams. So I had
That's
5
big.
businesses. I had Mikey Buxton. Shout out to Mike Buxton.
He a big man in the city. What up,
Lotus
Mike?
Club.
What up, Mikey
I had
Buxton? What's
Taisha from like Royalty. She came up there today. I had
going
Tamara Gooch from Pink Pearl. I had Benjamin Robinson from Robinson Popcorn, which is in Rogers Plaza. I had let me see who else I had. With just those names alone, you know what I'm saying? And they did a Q&A with the students. Probably about 40 students who was interested.
That's
they came
dope.
to it.
That's
so they
dope.
came to it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's
saying? And this is something new that I'm doing at my job that I want to do once a month with black-owned business, because they need to see and be encouraged, because they're our future business owners. So they got to be encouraged, you know what I'm saying, about their dreams and what they feel like, how the hardships of starting their own business. So I constructed that, put it together. The list was longer, but those who showed up, you know what I'm saying. So
that's love.
Oh, and then Hogan, Miss Hogan from whatever business. Oh, it's on top of my head. But those are the people who showed up. So we had those conversations about support and things of that nature, and why, how come black people do this versus white people, and how much money it takes and other. But the reality of it all is that we have been conditioned to not support this. If your neighbor have a new car in the driveway, you got to have a new car in your driveway, or you got to down it like, oh, that's cool, he got a new car, but that car is ugly as hell. I don't know why he would buy that. You know what I'm saying? And we've been conditioned to feel that way about each other when it comes across business like the Candy Am or some other business, we end up not.
But I think you Myra going to say something, but I think you touched on something though, man. It also come with patience.
Yeah.
Just because you had bad service this one time, don't mean that you can have bad service with another place and still go. But then you don't want to go back to the black place just because it just one happened one time. But
that happens with a lot of businesses. Though.
First impressions do mean a lot.
They do.
It do. But it's our job to know that if it's a new business, you know you're going to a new business, a new young small business, to give them an opportunity to correct their mistake.
Give them an opportunity.
So you walk in there and you say, hey, this was messed up. You give them an opportunity to change that, to keep you a customer. I've had, when we first opened Polish, it's the weirdest thing ever. I don't do one nail, but when it was complaints, they inbox me, right? So I get inbox about these complaints and others. So I call I call my girl, I call another tech, hey, you messed up this and whoa, and I get this argument, and I'm like, listen, with business, you have to give them, they called and gave you an opportunity to correct your mistake. They could have put it on the book, they could have did this and another, they give you an opportunity.
That's true.
You have to be able to correct that mistake and be glad to fix that mistake. Not to say, oh, you know what I'm saying, well, you was moving, or, you know what I'm saying, you know what you wanted anyway. No, the customer is always right. If Myers sit there and bet, if Myers caught you stealing, right? Myers caught you stealing. They send you to jail. That you got to pay it back tenfold. They still want you to come back and shop.
Yeah,
real talk.
We got a comment. We got a comment from Monroe O'Brien.
Okay, then.
He says planting seeds is a must.
Absolutely.
And I want to piggyback on that and saying absolutely correct. But what happens a lot of times in our community is we plant a negative seed instead of a positive seed. It's like you said, if it was an issue with the business, talk to the manager. Because a lot of times if they're up and coming businesses, it's the first time in business. They don't know. They just trying to provide a service to the community. So if you don't tell the manager, like we do at Fridays, let me speak to the manager. But then we go to polish, we have a bad experience, or just something we didn't like, or even a suggestion that could work. We never go and reach out, but then we plant negative seeds.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I think there is a shift in the dynamic right now.
Okay.
I think the more we had these conversations and the more we position ourselves to be around people moving in a positive direction,
we gotta have
that the
these
shit just gonna rub off.
Yep.
I done had a lot of rub off in these past few months just up here at the Empowerment Network. What about you, my brother?
Man, love it, man.
You know what I'm saying? Then think about that, nigga. Where are we right now? Where we at?
Lovely. What's up, Myra? Myra got something to say.
Yo, so one thing I want to say, I want to piggyback on what Greg was saying. I think a lot of times people do that because of hate, because of jealousy.
That's always going to be there.
And, you know, as black people, I think a lot of times we've been trained to be that way.
Exactly.
Because we've been pitted against each other to just come up.
That's a fact.
From history.
That's why
we've always had to hustle and grind